A manufacturer allows a discount of 10% on the listed price of an article and still makes a profit of 8% on cost. Find percentage of increase in the list price over the cost. What is the list price of an article sold? What is the list price if, sorry, this is if an article is sold at 198 rupees. So we have to read the question once again before we proceed. So firstly, a manufacturer allows a discount of 10% on the listed price of an article. So whatever is the MRP that he has put on the article or the product, he is giving a 10% discount. Now listed prices, whatever he has put on the article. Usually they put the stickers on the products of their rate, right? So he is giving 10% discount on that MRP that he has put. Okay, even after giving 10% discount on that price, he will still make a profit of 8% on cost. So there is a type of ratio and proportions that you can expect here, which is given to us. Okay, so listed price and cost price, these are the two prices which are given in this problem. So listed price is that which is put on the article, or which there is a separate sticker which will be put on the article which just gives you the price. Okay, now if he gives 10% discount on listed price, even then he is going to make 8% profit on cost price, which means the cost price will be less. So the manufacturer has increased the price to such an extent that even after giving discount, he is making a profit. Did you all understand this first sentence? It seems a little confusing, but then if you break it and if you understand, you'll be able to understand it better. Everybody got it right? Okay, let's continue. Find percentage of increase in the list price over the cost. So they're asking us how much is the difference between the listed price and the cost price, and what will be the listed price if the selling price was 198. Okay, this second part we will come later. First we will define the first part that is given to us, and then we will understand. Okay, now let us go to the solution. Let the list price be rupees 100. Now why are we taking this as rupees 100? If you see everywhere, there is 10%, 8% on cost. Since they have given us percentages, so we are considering the list price to be 100, so that we will be able to compare the prices and find the actual list price of the article. Okay, so firstly, the list price of the article is assumed to be rupees 100. Okay, now the formula goes like this: selling price is equal to list price minus discount. So this is the this is the way that the manufacturer is selling. He will put the products on a high price. He will increase the price of every product, and then he's going to give a discount of 10% on the products. Okay, so what is his actual selling price? He's selling every product at a high price, and he's giving the discount of 10%. Okay, so if you, from the high price, if you take out discount, that will be the selling price at which the manufacturer is trying to sell the product. Did you all understand this part? Okay. So we are going to use this formula here and we will be solving the problem. Now let's continue. Now what is the list price? We have assumed list price to be 100. Correct? And the discount is 10%. So 10% of 100 will be 100 minus 10. So the selling price is 90. Yeah, correct, Spurti. 100 minus 10, selling price is 90. So this is one derivation. Let us keep it aside like this only. Now, the next important thing to understand is the second part of the question. What is the list price if an article is sold at 198? Now, we have understood, that is why we have derived the selling price part here. Now, what is given to us? Given by selling the article at 90. We have defined that, right? At 90. Even if he's selling at 90 rupees, he's still making a profit of how much? 8%. Even after giving a discount of 10%, he's making a profit of 8%, right? So by selling the article at 90, that is the selling price. Even after doing that, he is able to get, that is, the manufacturer makes 8% profit on cost. Even after giving discount, he's making 8% profit on cost, right? Which means, therefore, selling price is 90. Correct? Selling price we just derived here, which is 90, this part. Then is equal to 100% plus 8% profit. If the cost is 100%, if the cost is 100% plus 8% profit. So what is the total? 108%. Okay. 108% of X. So here what we are trying to find out is that the comparison what we did in the previous problems, if you remember, for 50%, so is, let's say for 50% it is 50 students. For 100%, how much? If you remember the comparison, the similar way we are trying to do here. Okay, so here what will happen is, for 90% it is, let us remove this, for 90% it is 108. Okay, so for 100%, how much? This is what we are trying to find out. Now calculate this. How do you do this? 90 into X is equal to 108 into 100 divided by 90. Yeah, cross multiplication. Wait a second. There is some other way also you can do this. Let us read the question once again. Yeah, correct. Now listen carefully. I'll explain it once again. By selling the article at 90 rupees, he is able to still make 8% profit on cost. Now we are considering the cost, the complete cost, whatever amount is there, that full 100% amount we will consider. On that, he is able to get 8% profit. So on that, if he wants to get 8% profit, 108% of the cost price will be your selling price. Okay. So what is the selling price? 108% of cost price will be your selling price. Okay, now how do we find the cost price? Getting cost price to the other side, 90 is the selling price divided by the percentage value. Now this will give you, what is the value that it will give? I think it will give 0.833, correct? 833. Yeah, thank you, Spurti, for the confirmation. This is what is the amount you get. Now, since you want to find the percentage, cost price percentage, now multiply this with 100. 8333 into 100. So what will be the percentage? The cost will be 83.33. Did you all understand the logic here, what they are trying to do? Anybody has doubt? Any part you want me to repeat it again? Repetition needed? Okay, we will summarize the whole problem later. Okay, now coming to the last part of the problem, which we are supposed to find out. Find percentage of increase in the list price over the cost. Okay, we have to find the difference between the list price and the cost price. So let us do that. So the difference between list price and cost price is, list price we had assumed it to be 100. In the starting of the problem, we assumed list price to be 100. And then we found out the cost price is 83.33. Correct? So this is the list price minus this is the cost price. Okay. Now what is the percentage that you're getting, or what is the difference that you're getting? You get 16.67%. Correct? 16.67%. So this is the percentage of the difference between the list price and the cost price. Did you all understand now? Now, one more thing that is left out for us to find is, what is the list price if an article is sold at 198 rupees? So that is the final question that we are supposed to solve here. So they're asking, what is the list price of an article if sold at rupees 198? Okay, now we have to do a little reverse calculation. 100 was the list price divided by 90 was the selling price into what, at which amount the article is sold? 198. So the list price divided by selling price into the actual price that we are supposed to find out, okay, is equal to, now if you find the calculation, if you do the calculation here, 100 by 90 into 198, how much do you get? 219.99. Spurti, you can round it off and make it as 220. You cannot sell it at 219.99, right? So we will round it off to the nearest number and we'll sell it at 220 rupees. So the list price of an article is 220 rupees. This will be the sticker which will be put up on the article. Now on 220 rupees, he is giving 10% discount. Okay, he is giving 10% discount. Now, even after giving 10% discount, he'll be able to make 8% profit. Clear? Let us just summarize the whole problem once before going to the next problem. Okay. So listen carefully. So a manufacturer is allowing a discount of 10% on the listed price. So listed price is the MRP that he has put on the article. And he will still make profit of 8% on cost. So here, when you're solving, the main thing that you'll have to keep in mind is make sure you understand 10% on what. Okay, so he's allowing 10% on listed price and he's making a profit of 8% on cost. So these two are two different things. 10% on listed price is different, 8% on cost is different. So be careful in those things. Then we have to find the percentage of increase in the list price over cost price, that is difference between list price and the cost price. And then we also have to find the list price when the article is sold at 198. Okay, so we assumed that the list price to be 100 rupees. Then if at all they give a 10% discount on the list price, because it says discount of 10% on listed price. If he is giving 10% discount on 100, we are selling the product at 90 rupees. Okay, so instead of 100 rupees, I am giving them 10% discount, so we are selling the product at 90 rupees. Okay, this is first part of the question. So we have solved until here. Now the next part is, even after giving discount, we are making a profit of 8%. So even after selling the product at 90 rupees, we are making a profit of 8%. 8% on what? 8% on cost price. So if you consider the cost price to be 100 and the profit percentage to be 8%, so we are selling the product. If you see from the cost price point of view, we are selling the product at 108%. Now let's just take an example. If the cost price is 120, now on this, if you calculate 8%, how much will you get? 120 into 8%, you will get 9.6, correct? So plus 120, 129.6. So which means this is the cost price. On this I am adding profit. Okay, so this is the selling price. Okay, this is the selling price. Now we have understood the selling price to be 90, and we have also seen from the cost price view, which is to be 129.6. This is an example. Okay, so if I consider 100% of 120 plus 8% of 9.6, so I am selling a product at 108%. Did you all understand now how 108% has come? Any doubts? Anybody still confused? If you find out or if you consider it in percentage, then it will be easy for you to solve the problem rather than considering it with the numbers all the time. Okay, good. That's good. I just wanted to be clear so that you don't have any doubts regarding this. Now, so what did we do? We found the cost price. 90 selling price divided by the percentage of the cost price that we got, and we got a number. Now multiply this with 100 to get the percentage. So list price is 100 rupees or 100%, and cost price is 83.33%. Now just find the difference between the two. So the difference between the cost price and the list price is 16.67%. Okay, directly we got the difference. Now coming to the list price of the article, this is the last part of the question that is there for us to solve. So what is the list price of an article sold at 198? So when you have a question like this, just consider the list price divided by the selling price into the list price of the article, the selling price which is given there, that is 198. So the actual list price of the article was 220. You get 219 point something, round it off, you get 220. Now this 220 rupees article, after giving 10% discount, was sold at 198 rupees. Okay, so 220. Now if you have doubt, you can calculate and see also. 220 minus 10%, if you calculate, you will get 198. Okay, so which means the manufacturer list price was 220 and he gave a 10% discount and he's selling the product at 198 rupees. I hope it is clear to everyone. Good. Now let's go to the next question then. One second. Now, moving on to the next question. At an election, a candidate who gets 56% of the votes is selected by a majority of 624. Find the total number of votes recorded. Simple question. Let us read the question once again. At an election, they are doing an election. A candidate who gets 56% of the votes out of 100%, if he is able to get 56% of the votes, he is selected by a majority of 624. Okay, now we are supposed to find out what is the total number of votes. They have not given us total number, but they have given us the percentages. Clear? So using that percentages, we will define what was the complete number of votes that was there. Now, to start with, solution, let the number of votes recorded be 100. Okay, since it is percentage that we are trying to calculate. So if you see the question, the candidate who gets 56% of the votes is selected by a majority of 624. So they're not giving us how many candidates were there, what is the method that they're doing. There is no information about all that. But they're just saying the candidate who gets 56% is selected by a majority. So that is why we are assuming the number of votes to be 100. Okay. Now what should be the percentage to win? To get that majority, what should be the percentage? 56%. Okay. So votes recorded for winning candidates. Now, when do we say that they have won? When they get 56% of the votes. Now here let us assume it to be 56. If the total number of votes is 100, to win they have to get 56 votes. Okay, so this is the first part of derivation. Now, if this is for winning, what about losing candidates? You just have to find the difference. So votes recorded for losing candidates is nothing but if 100 was the total minus winning 56 people, if they get 56 votes, they will win. Okay, so Who has lost? People who have got 44 votes has lost. Understood? Spurti has given the answer. Spurti, that is not the right answer though. Okay, but good try. So clear until here? Let the number of votes recorded be 100. To win, they have to get, it's something like your examination marks. If you're writing exam for 100, if you get 56, it means you have passed. If you get 44, you're failed. Okay, it's something like that. In the similar condition only, we are solving the problem. Okay, now if you see here, there is also a difference between this 56 and 44. Correct? So the difference between winning and losing candidate now, if they have to win, they require 56 votes. But to lose, if they have got 44 votes, that means they have lost. So what is the difference that is there? 12 is the difference. Correct? Now, let us go back to the question. A candidate who gets 56% of the votes is selected by a majority of 264. Whoever gets 56% of the votes, they are selected by a majority of 624. Now, for this, we have to show the calculation. For this difference, for 12 people, see, if they get 56, they are winning. If they get 44, they are losing. Correct? So in between, there are 12 people which comes to a different category. So for the 12 people, number of votes will be 624. Read the question once again. And a candidate who gets 56% of the votes is selected by a majority of 624. That 624 votes are extra. Majority of 624 votes are extra. Okay. So for 12, the number of votes that they get will be 624. Now let us find out for 100 how many votes we would get. Right? Now we can do the cross multiplication. Number of votes is equal to question mark. Now let us do the cross multiplication. So you will get 12 into x is equal to 100 into 624. So x is equal to 100 into 624 divided by 12. So what will be x? X will be 5200 votes. So out of 5200 votes, if 56% of 5200 votes is received, they will become a winning candidate. Okay. Now, what they are trying to say is the 12 people who are there in between, they will also be added to the winning category. So that is why we have considered for the 12 people in between, the 12 candidates in between, 624 votes is on the winning category. Okay, so based on that only we have calculated for the 100%. So 5200 votes will be the total number of votes that will be recorded in the election. Understood? Any doubts? Any part of the problem you want me to repeat it again? Okay. good. Now, the next question. Yeah, I think this is the last question of the chapter. Let's just finish this one question. It's this type of question may be asked in the examination. So let's read the question. A man gives 20% of his properties to his son, 50% of the remainder to his wife, 30% of the left out property to each of his two daughters, and the balance for charity. If he provides rupees 20,000 for charity, find total value of his property. Now, in such question, it is very easy to solve in a way because they have given everything in percentages. So we will also be solving it in percentages. Okay. Now, let us assume let total value of his property, since it is percentage, we are taking it as 100. Total value of his property is 100. Now, out of that 100, he is giving to his son 20%. Correct? So, son got 20%. So, which means 20. Right? On 100, if we calculate 20%, that will be 20. So if you want, you can just write here in the bracket 100 into 20%. So what is the balance that is remaining? Subtract. If you do minus, you will have 80 as the balance. Okay. So that will be the balance remaining. Out of 100, if suppose his total property is 100, 20% is given to son. So 80 is remaining. Now, next, 50% of the remainder, whatever is balance that is left out, in that 50% he is giving to his wife. Now, balance left out is 80. In this 80, wife got 50%. Now here 50% of 80, not 50% of 100. Please be very careful because it says it is remainder, whatever is left out. Okay. So a 50 or 80 into 50%. 80 into 50%, which is nothing but 40. So what is remaining? 80 minus 50. Yashashwini, why is that 80 minus 50? Don't take 50% directly. 50% of 80, right? So it is 40. So 40 is remaining again. Balance 40 is remaining. Now from this 40, whatever is remaining, he's going to give 30% to each of his daughters. 30% and 30%. So let's say daughters get 30 plus 30, 60%. Each of them is getting 30%. Okay. So totally he is giving 60% of 40 to his daughters. Of 40. Now, if you find out 40, 60% of 40, how much do you get?